I'm Julie O'Brien. I'm 10. In a week I'll be 11. I live in Tors Cove, a small fishing settlement in Newfoundland. It's a good place to go up in here. We have clean air and salt water, and there's 2 beautiful islands right near our cove. How times have changed. We as kids cannot remember back very far, but many of our parents can. Years ago, children wore different clothes than they do today. Boys wore pants. Boys wore breeches and girls wore long skirts. Now, children wear jeans, cords, short skirts, slacks, and tops. Schools have also changed. There used to be 6 or 7 grades in the one classroom when our parents went to school. But now, there is usually 1 grade in 1 classroom.
That's because he loves her so. So that is a very excellent example of friendship. Now, just supposing that each of you were given the opportunity to pick out a friend, what would be some of the things that you would pick out from a friend? Ross.
Someone who cares for you.
Okay, a friend is someone who cares for you, and maybe that's a very important thing to look for in a friend. Darren.
So a friend is share secrets with.
Julie.
Someone who you can trust.
Why is that so important?
Because if you have anything that you'd like to say maybe to them and you wouldn't like repeated.
Okay. Now, is it possible for you to get all your friends to like you? No. Why not? Jackie?
So probably the way you act.
Probably the way you act, they might not like it.
My favourite subject in school is family life because you get to learn about how babies are born and you get to learn about physical fatherhood and physical motherhood, and also you get to learn about your own feelings.
Now, another question. When you develop friends of 2 sexes, both male and female. Is that important?
No, sir.
No, it's not really important. But do you think it's going to happen? Yes. Why? Yes, Chris.
That's God's plan.
That's God's plan. Now, why do you think God has a plan like that? Gerard?
So his family down in Earth can grow bigger.
That's right. So his family down on Earth can grow.
After school, a lot of the kids like to go skating on the pond if it's frozen.
You got a ribbon?
Yeah, for what? When I go skating, I have to wear my mom's skates because my feet are too big to fit into my own.
He signed your book too, Julie. What book? Your religion book, Mr. Evans.
My best friend's name is Jackie. She's in the same grade as me. She has 7 in her family, and that's a pretty big family. And the oldest is married now, and Jackie is the youngest.
I'm almost done. How about you? Do we have any homework? No homework. Hurry up, Jackie.
What are you going to do? Stay and answer Kim's or where?
Kim's, I think. She got a TV in her room and everything.
Is she?
They got a new colour TV, and so she got the black and white one.
Yeah, they gave her the old one, did they?
Yeah, they put it in her room, and I don't know if they gave it to her or not.
Yeah, this boy wants to stay to Kim so he can be up late, is he?
Yes. Okay, is that it?
That's it, go.
Okay.
Okay, I'll turn that off now.
Well, Mom's pretty good. Anytime I have any problems or anything, she usually knows about it. and she talked them out with me, and that makes it easier to handle. I hang up laundry any old way at all, but Mum says that the big clothes and the small clothes are supposed to go in a special kind of a way. Like the shirts, they're supposed to be hung tail up, and the slacks are supposed to be hung up by the waist, and then the socks and the other underpants go together. My dad is a carpenter, but in the summer he works as a carpenter. In winter though, sometimes he gets laid off, which I like because we can go into the woods and I'll help him cut down the trees and get a ride on the horse and everything.
Here, watch this one, Dad. It's big and tall.
Yeah, it's a long one. Let me put that on the fence. Or longer.
That's a longer.
You won't burn him.
Wider, this one.
What about tomorrow, though?
This one's a
On
big
the
head.
hand? Okay, you take a lighter one. Julie.
Come on, that's the last one, man.
That's the last one. I suppose I should cut down that one.
What kind of trees are these? Are they birch or
Them are
spruce?
bare trees, them are.
Burn.
Oh, hurt your hand.
No.
Burn, spruce,
hand.
juniper.
Got to keep it out right, but come off it.
There you go.
Roll
That's the
over
last
one.
one. That's the last one, will you?
You got to sit around or too much snow for the walk out, sure.
Okay, Charlie.
Go ahead, Jack.
Don't haul him out too far, will you?
Back, Jack. Back now. Go back. We'll be all. I know.
Our roads were quite different too. At one time, they were only used by horse and cart. They were very narrow, rocky, and rough. In later years, with the heavy use of automobiles, the roads had to be widened and paved. Fishery is still one of the major industries in Newfoundland, but the mode of the fishing hasn't changed a great deal over the years. The fishermen must still get up as early as 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Of course, the method of processing the fish has changed a great deal.
Howdy, how are you? Got some checks for me today again?
Okay, bye.
Back then, children brought wood to school to put in a pot-belly stove. Today, there are furnaces and electric heaters. On Saturday mornings, I get up a bit earlier with Lisa and Colleen, my sisters, and I make breakfast for them. I let Mom sleep in because that's the only day of the week she gets a break. So I come down and I make scrambled eggs for them. They especially like it because they get to eat most of them.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. Don't have very much pepper though.
One egg slips over.
No. Don't touch this now. No, I better take this over. No. Don't put on too much butter. oldest means you have to have a lot of responsibility and you have to show a good example because you're dependent on from your parents. Like it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good.
Lots of milk, please.
Yeah, here's some. It's delicious. Well, we all have chores except I get the most. We wipe off the stove, do the dishes, things like that, but the first chore I have is doing the bathrooms, cleaning that out. There aren't any discos around here, but there are record hops, which I like to go to. They have kind of a bump sort of thing where you just bump. Boys and girls go there, and sometimes boys ask girls to dance, and sometimes girls ask boys to dance. And sometimes it's just the girls dancing with girls. I'm not interested in boys yet, but the usual age to get interested in boys is around 12 or 13, but I'm only 11.
Were you playing hockey last night?
Father Purcell's very nice. He likes helping out with people.
Are the ponds any good?
And he has a big shaggy dog called Albert that is something, it's a sheepdog, and he's something like Mr. Muggs in our readers in grade 2. And he has 4 churches, so I don't know how he gets the time to go into the woods hunting and going on skidoos and everything.
Four periods, overtime, eh?
No, 1 period overtime.
Oh, I see, oh yeah. And you beat Whittles Bay. Oh, very good. Are we all set now for Mass?
Yeah, good.
Our church is very old. I think it's about 100 years old. Anyway, a lot of people like it and they still go to it.
Now, any change brings a certain amount of disruption, somewhat like the waves that are caused by throwing a stone into a quiet pond. We have to be wary of change, and we have to prepare ourselves for it, or it will devour the things of life which we have valued so dear.
On Sunday afternoons, we go up to my nan's and kind of have a get-together. There's about 40 of us since Dad has 11 in his family. The older people play cards, and we kind of have a good time, and then we have a sing-along, and then we have some food to eat.
Come on, Jack.
Oh,
Don't sweat. Don't sweat. No. No sweat. Take something to beat that. Look.
I have the other one.
Well, I'm not very good at step dancing. I can step dance a little bit on one foot, but I'm not as good as my pappy. There's my pappy. And he does carpenter work and he tap dances and he sings and then there's Nana. She's the oldest of the family. She's my great-grandmother, my father's grandmother. She's 90, but she can still play the accordion. And then there's my nanny. She likes going to bingo and she has to supply all the food.
In the cold Canadian waters, north from the coast of Maine, there's an island called Newfoundland, swept by snow, wind, and rain. On the island there's a village with its customs and its ways. This little isle of Newfoundland that loves childhood days. Those childhood days were something so carefree all the time. There's a girl in every story, and you know there's one.
Community and family life hold a lot of meaning to us and hopefully will continue into the future. Many things have changed, as you have just heard, but the old times are still remembered.
She broke my heart so often, it stays a little sore. That's the reason I left home, I can't go back no more. Where the people make a living on the land and on the sea, there are people on the island